freshman. He returned 2 punts for touchdowns against South Terrebonne in South Terrebonne Stadium. Just real impressed with the kid. He's a good athlete.
Charles Johnson out of Southern University. A big 6'4", 270-pounder. Ready to help and apply pressure to Brad Erickson, Sam Houston State product. Four wideouts. There's a snap, and here's Erickson looking long, wide open down here, and catching it. Lee McCormick ran a good route. Drew Email bringing him down at the 22-yard line in Buck territory.
And I'll say it again. Erickson's, he's having time now. He's got confidence. McCormick is just doing a fine job of just settling down in the zone. He's feeling that weak spot. He's just settling down, and Erickson is delivering the football.
Here's Erickson to throw again. He's going for the touchdown. This time it's intercepted. Nice pick that time. Still trying to see who came up with it.
Looked like Sullivan Beard.
I think it was indeed Sullivan Beard. There he is.
Fine job.
With the pickoff, there's a penalty flag to discuss here, and let's see if it's against the Knights, then naturally it will be refused by the Houma Bayou Bucks. And it looks like it is against the Knights. The Knights know it.
This is a fine defensive play. He's beat right here. But he just goes up and just snatches out of the air. But what he does, he closes the distance down. When he goes up and stretches out his arm, a 3-yard beat goes down to a 1-yard. He just goes ahead and makes a good interception there. Nice job by Sullivan.
Penalty was against the Knights, and so with 8:16 to play in the game and a 26-18 lead for the Bayou Bucks, they'll have it on the end line at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bayou Bucks. Michael Burks is the lone setback this time. Behind Tyler. Herb Tyler will go forward for a yard to the 2. That's about all you can do.
That's it. Safe play. There's nothing more you can do. Just try to get a little breathing room there.
Second and 9. A little less than 9 to go. 3 wideouts here. As the give will be to Burks. He fumbles the football in the end zone, and Austin Knights are on top of it. And we'll see. We'll give the touchdown to Michael Baudouin. And it's 26-24, folks. It's 7:33 to play.
Burks had never had it. Never had it. Just a bad communication, bad handoff communication right here. Ball just kind of slips right through his hand. Never really had control of the football.
First fumble lost on the night. But now it's 26-24. And an all-important 2-point conversion attempt coming up. The Bayou Buck defense has to dig in here.
Well, we've been saying all night, the defense has really rallied. They've really come to the forefront when they needed these guys too. So let's see if they can make another stand.
And Barnes is the quarterback again for the 2-point conversion. Looking to throw. Look for McCormick, could throw, fires it, and sure enough, Jamil Thompson catches it for the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game, and now we have a deadlock. It's the Bayou Bucks 26, the Austin Knights 26, and we will be back with more from the Houma Terrebonne Civic Center after this timeout. This is Bayou Buck football on HTV 10. Kicks it off. And it's going to be fielded by Sullivan Beard at the 8. Coming upfield to the 15. Takes a tackler, gets to the 20. Good field position for the Bayou Bucks to start off here at the 20-yard line.
We've got a game tonight. We have got a football game. Now, you can see a momentum slightly switch in the second half, but the Bucks have been playing just great defense throughout the whole game. A couple of little mental breakdowns. That fumble there, and now Austin's back in the game. How will they respond right now? Offensively, how will they respond? Can they overcome that fumble and get something going?
From the 20-yard line, Score knotted at 26-26, 6:53 to play. And here's Herb Tyler setting his team down and looking to throw and finding Matt Butler for the touchdown. The Bayou Bucks score. What a strike. What a strike. 6:44 to play now. And the Bucks go back up on top 32-26.
Hey, it didn't take them long, guys, and this is what it's all about. This is how a team responds in the time of adversity. These guys, you can see they were moving a little lethargic after the fumble, but they came back, and Herb Tyler just throws a big strike. There you go, Herb just drops back. Butler has his guy beat, and he just throws a perfect pass. Good at grab with the hands and another touchdown.
That covered 30 yards. Now Mike Schaefer with the all-important extra point. This is where it gets critical to get those extra points. The kick is on the way. He kicks it hard. He kicks it through. It is good. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to play, and the Bucks come back and take the lead now, 33-26. He drilled it.
Good job there. I can say again, you know, how will they respond in the midst of adversity? Came right back. Coach Jack Phillips was not going to just sit on the football, and he comes back with the first play and just throws a bomb straight down the field, touchdown.
You gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
And I think the local fans indeed love it.
Oh,
What's going on?
They're really having a good time tonight. I mean, here's the first game. We're going down to 26-26. And just right off the bat, the Bayou Bucks come back and score. You know, what more excitement could you wish for the first game of the season?
Might as well say, let's get ready to rumble, because that's what's going to be for the next 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Exactly.
The emotions are high on the playing field and in the seats. Austin will send back Eric Bernard to receive the kickoff from Mike Schaefer. Schaefer ready to boot it here, and he kicks the squib kick. Coming down to Bernard, he bobbles it. It's picked up, it's fumbled again, and Bernard appears to have maintained control at the 17-yard line. Went out of the hands of Bernard, almost into the hands of D'Angelo Torres, and then Bernard plucked it out of the air and went to the turf with it at the 17.
They just dodged the bullet there, because I tell you what, a couple more seconds and one of the Bucks players would have came up with that football. But good recovery by Bernard. He was able to bring it into his body and keep it under control. But they dodged the big one.
Coach Benny Berg coaching the special teams of the Bayou Bucks. Also coaches at Vanderbilt Catholic High School here locally. From the 17-yard line, Brad Erickson will bring his team up. Mike Lindsay is the snapper out of the shotgun. They got 4 receivers, and Lee McCormick is the dangerous one, but they throw short to Jamel Thompson, but he was looking to run before he caught the ball.
Exactly right. He took his eyes off it before he had control. Another nice thrown ball by Erickson. Jamel just took his eyes off it. Erickson sets up, and right here, he looks downfield, just takes his eyes off it.
He goes to throw again, and it's almost picked off by Drew Email. Email had a beat on it. As McCormick, the intended receiver, open for a moment there.
I know Drew wish he could have that one back. I mean, he's got a beat on it. He's looking straight in the end zone if he makes that catch.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 at the 17-yard line. Erickson out of the shotgun, rolling now. Looking, and he's going to run. Has some running room. All the way out to the 25, and he's met head on there. Train wreck at the 25-yard line.
What a collision. What a collision. But Erickson did what he had to do. I mean, nobody's open. He's got a wide open field. He's got to get downfield. Right here, he scrambles outside of the pocket. Nobody's open. He's got 10 yards ahead of him. He's a big kid. Now put your head down and pick up some yardage. That's what he did.
timeout for the Knights. 4 minutes, 31 seconds remaining, and the Bucks leading 33-26. 1 yard short of the first down. That was Erickson's first carry on the night. Because up to Brad Erickson, he would not run the football.
No, he's not a runner. He's not a guy that's going to get down the field. And I think that's what you see, the combination of Barnes. When they bring Barnes in, he's the guy that's going to run the football. But Erickson just had a wide open lane. You've got to take advantage of it and get some positive yardage.
He's 6'3", 231, so he's a load to bring down.
Big kid.
Once again out of Sam Houston State. General Manager Travis Carell has done a great job here with the Bayou Bucks. Saw him earlier, and
Travis done a fine job. Spoke to him earlier. He's down in the stands right now, and he's having a blast. His team is up right now, so he's having a blast. But I spoke to him earlier today, and he said, hey, come on out. There's going to be some excitement. And so far, we've had nothing but excitement. 4th down.
1 yard to go for the first down. Offset eye. And Erickson will throw. He throws, and he completes the pass for the first down to Carlton Boone. And Boone is down inside the 20.
What a pass by Erickson. I mean, this is just great quarterback skills right here. He looks to the right. He's not open. He comes back to the left and finds his receiver open. Just good quarterback knowledge of the field, knowing where you guys are going to be at.
And he's going to throw again. Lofts it from McCormick, open at the goal line, and he's down. Now they give him the touchdown. Nice catch by Lee McCormick.
He's a big-time player.
Man coverage from Email. It covers 20 yards, and it's 33-32. Bucks still leading with a point after to come.
I said it earlier, I like McCormick. He's a big-time player. He recognizes zone, and man, right here, he's got man. He's not stopping. He just runs straight through and makes a diving catch. So all night, he's been able to pick up the different defensive schemes and make some great catches.
3:59 to play, and now Rolf Schaefer, the other Schaefer, will attempt the extra point with Barnes holding. Crowd getting into it. There's the kick. It is good. At 3:45 to go now, it is all knotted up again. Bayou Bucks 33, Austin Knights 33. And we will return to the Houma Terrebonne Civic Center after they unpile a group of football players on the playing field. This is Bayou Bucks football on HTV 10. Well, the Austin Knights went 33 yards in 5 plays, capped off by a touchdown pass from Brad Erickson to Lee McCormick, covering 20 yards. And so now it's all knotted up at 33-33 with 3:45 left to play, and the Bucks to get the football, and the wind must have blown the football off the tee. Huh?
Yeah, it just had a swift curry came in and blew the ball off.
One side of the Civic Center is open, so maybe a gush.
Yeah, a little gush came in, you know.
Had to be a direct gush.
Right.
Close the windows, folks.
Pull down the shades.
All right, Schaefer to kick it again. There's a kick, and Burks watches it bounce into the stands. Now, if that ball stays in, it's dangerous. But the Bucks are going to get it on the 5. And Herb Tyler will have to go to work again.
I'll tell you what, he's played well when they needed him, and he's played well in a big moment. So it's another moment here. He's got to respond. It's tied game. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left and counting on the clock. So another opportunity for him to respond again.
Tie game, 33-33, 3:34 to play. And Herb Tyler hands off to Michael Burks. Burks breaking it out to the 8-yard line for 3 yards.
The first half, they were very successful with just running off tackle. They didn't have to run wide, and it finds a little crease. They was very successful in getting Michael Burks the ball. They got away from it a little bit this second half. I think right now, Coach Phillips is going to milk the clock a little bit, and he's going to use his running back Burks.
Tim Cook made the tackle. Cook did not play college football. It's 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line. And here is Tyler faking, throwing long. Man open. Sullivan Beard. Touchdown. Beautiful pass. What a pass. And what a grab. What a route. And the Bucks are back on top. And this is the action that people just absolutely love. It's 39-33 with 2:53 remaining.
And that's what it's about, baby. You just want to see the bomb thrown. And that's another one there from Herb Tyler to Sullivan Beard. Sullivan Beard split 2 defenders and was able to get open down the field. But another nice thrown ball by Herb Tyler. He drops back, has his footing. Guy in his face, lobs it over. And Sullivan Beard, what can you say? Nothing but speed. Catches it in the hands and brings it in the end zone. That's what we wait for all night, the bomb. And we've got a couple of them late.
That covered 42 yards. Had to throw it a long way and had to throw it low.
Had to keep it low. Exactly. He had to keep it low.
Mike Schaefer, an important extra point. The hold and the kick. It's blocked. And it could be returned, but and let's see, there's a penalty flag. And that's a little dangerous with 2:24 to go, as it's now a 6-point lead. Give credit to the Knights for blocking the extra point.
You see right here, just straight up the gut. Comes in and big guy gets a hand up. Looks like number 90 there.
They'll assess the infraction here, but it will probably stand at 39-33. I don't know. We'll have to see how this penalty affects the kickoff, I guess. At this point after touch, but it occurred after the play, it appeared.
Right.
Hey, while we got a chance, we want to congratulate you, Houma Bayou Bucks football fans. You sold out tonight's game.
What the Bucks have to do is on the kickoff, kick it off, and if the other team doesn't return it, you get a point, and they can get that point back. Up by 6 points.
And they will need, exactly.
Well, they're having quite a discussion down there. 3 of the 5 officials. Jack Phillips would like to know what's going on. And after all that, they say there's no flag.
And that's one thing I can never understand on any level, especially football and college pro level. You know, here's a guy throw a flag and he picks it up, he waves it off, no flag. Well, evidently he's seen something for him to throw the flag.
Well, the Bucks will have to kick off from their 5. There were 2:24 remaining in the game and a 6-point lead. The defense just has to keep him out of the end zone. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. I tell you what, and they've got to go back. They've got to put some pressure on Erickson because he's doing a fine job right now. He's finding his open receivers, but he's got the time. As long as he's sitting in the pocket, he's a pocket passer. He's been able to find some open guys down the field, so they've got to put some pressure on Erickson.
Crowd's still hanging in there, waiting to see if the Bayou Bucks can pull this one out. They have the lead. Now they're into it.
Yeah. They're into it big time. Scanning the area, I see another good friend, Steve Crispino, who's enjoying himself tonight.
Mike Schaefer getting set to kick it off now. There he is. Holds up his hand and boots it up the gut. And it's batted down and taken very effectively by the Knights, as they'll get it right at midfield or just inside of it. And you got to give credit to Jason Jester.
Smart play. Oh, I mean, that was a smart play. He was not going to let that football get by him, and all he wanted to do, he wanted to pick it up and run with it. Right here, he just bats it down. Now he bats it down, he recovers it. That's a real intelligent football player right there. Great play. Awareness, field awareness, and that's what he had to make that play there.
Football, nose of the football just past midfield. So good field position for the Austin Knights with 2:18 and the clock running. And of course, when it gets to 2 minutes, it'll start stopping with incompleted passes. And the like, and here we go with first down. Bucks rushing 3. Here's the long pass down here from Bernard. He's got it. And it's a touchdown just like that. We are tied up at 39 all with the point after to come. Great toss by Erickson.
Great toss, and we said it earlier. In this particular field, this field, you just get a one-on-one matchup and you throw the football up. And Erickson tonight, he's got the time to do that. And Bernard, what a great catch. I mean, this guy goes up and he just plucks it out of the air.
Well, we didn't have that fast-paced action, scoring action in the first half. First half ended with a 20-3 lead by the Bucks, but in the second half, we've had a lot of scoring.
Great grab by Bernard.
In fact, 55 points to this point scored in the second half. As an official timeout, let's see. Two-minute warning, even though the clock does say 1:56. And now Rolf Schaefer setting up to attempt that extra point. And if Schaefer kicks it through, it's the Austin Knights with the lead for the first time tonight. They have never led. Snap and the kick is good. And the Knights lead for the first time, 40-39 with 1:56 remaining.
That's just team composure, and this team would not be denied. They were down earlier, had a couple costly penalties, costly turnovers, but they just kept fighting back and fighting back. And, you know, whenever you fight with determination, you have positive results. And positive results right now, they're up by 1. Erickson, I mean, what more can you say about him? You give him time. Like you said earlier, Steve, he's not the running quarterback, but you give him enough time, he'll set in the pocket and he'll pick you apart. And all he wants is that one-on-one matchup. He's been able to recognize the zone, find those receivers in the soft zone spot. Also, he's been able to hit the big one downfield when you've got that one-on-one coverage. He's done a fine job.
Well, Herb Tyler likes that action too. Give me a few seconds and I'll hit the open man. He hit Matt Butler with a 30-yard touchdown pass with 6:43 to play, and he hit Sullivan Beard with 2:53 to play on a 42-yarder.
Herb has reciprocated what Erickson has done. Let's see now. Can he make one last stand and put together another drive like that, or put together another big play?
First, you need good field position.
Exactly.
And so Jack Phillips has sent back Sullivan Beard and David Butler to receive Rolf Schaefer's kickoff.
Two of the best. Butler led the SEC in kickoff returns as a freshman, so he definitely knows how to get the ball up the field.
There the Bayou Bucks for the first time, very, very concerned, of course. They're down in the football game by a single point.
I believe this is the first time they've been down all game.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. There's a kickoff, and it's bouncing around, and there's Drew Email looking at it, and he gets it. He'll get close to midfield, and had Michael Baudouin not tackled him, it'd have been excellent field position, but it's still good right at midfield.
Still good job. Good job by Drew. Right here, it bounces off his shoulder pad, but he's able to come up and make a good recovery with it. Well, you look at the speed of Michael Baudouin. Oh, man, this guy is just fast. He's been all over the field tonight, makes a good tackle.
It's like the shortstop getting a good hop.
That's it. Good recognition by Drew there.
From the 24, actually, in Bayou Buck territory, 1st and 10. Herb Tyler with 3 wideouts. Looking to throw. It's batted in the air, and it bounces, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. That would have been devastating. And it was Jason Jester who almost came up with it.
Just a good push by the defensive line. You can see right here, just a good push. Able to get a little pressure in Herb's face, and Good jump by
Pharaoh Dixon.
Pharaoh Dixon. Pharaoh's played a good football game.
Yeah, he has. He really has. Second and 10 at the 24. 1:45 to play. Here's Tyler. Heavy rush, throwing the screen on this side, and it's thrown out of bounds. Intended for Butler.
Not bad, not bad. He pretty much had what he wanted. Right here, Butler needs to get a little chip block on 42. But he had a little something there. The ball's thrown perfect, just right. He had a little something going for him.
Well, now you got to work for a first down. It's 3rd and 10. 1:40 to play. Clock stopped.
Big play here. Big play.
And the Bucks down 40-39. Matt Butler on the near side. Here's Tyler to throw. He fires it slow and incomplete. And Sullivan Beard could not get to it. So now the Bucks are down to their final down at the 24-yard line and 10 yards to go. I don't think
here. Herb had good position, just for a low thrown pass.
it wouldn't have been a first down, but it would have set up a 4th and short.
Coach Phillips is going to take a timeout and think about it a little bit. Minute 35 on the clock. What you going to do? Are you going to go for it?
Of course, you can try the field goal, and Mike Schaefer is in the game.
Exactly.
Things get quiet in the Houma Terrebonne Civic Center as people have really gotten into this football game.
They really have. And I know they've enjoyed the game tonight. I mean, we've had a great football game. Thought earlier it looked like the Bucks were running away with it, and Austin just came fighting back, and now they're ahead by 1. So let's see can Bayou Bucks muster anything to finish this game off.
Bayou Bell's getting into the action.
Got to get the crowd pumped up.
Well, there's your favorite, Troy. That's the chicken dance.
That's it. I got to get a patent on that.
Look, we look around somewhere, we might find Coach Schwab doing a chicken dance in the crowd. Well, Schaefer has a little bit of pressure on him here to kick this field goal home. 38 yards. It's down, and it's on the way, and it's going to make it through, and it's going to be no good. Just off to the right. Man.
That looked good from my vantage point here, but it's just a little bit off. What a valiant effort. I mean, what a kick.
And a kick between the beams.
Got a replay there. Look, let's see here.
Now we'll get a good look at it. It went off to the right.
Off to the right. Well, like you said, it went between the beams.
Thank goodness for instant replay, and the HTV crew has done a great job
Good
tonight.
Good job all night.
Well, Austin will have it. A minute 29. They'll try and at least milk some of this clock.
Home game tickets, April 20th will be the next home game. April 20th, right here.
They announced the next home game against the Tupelo Fire Ants on April 20th. Same time on a Saturday night, 7:30 p.m.
Now they just have to have someone swiping at that football and trying to jar that ball loose, try to get a fumble here.
Let's see if they can stuff the runner if they try and elect to run it, and they will with Eric Bernard. Bernard is going to break a tackle and get out close to a first down. At the 15 there, they might not give him the first down. It looks like he'll be just short, and the clock will continue to run. 1:15 remaining.
What more can you say about Bernard? The kid done a fine job all night running the football, made a great catch earlier to put his team up, and just a good hard-nosed football run.
Played college football at Texas A&M. For R.C. Slocum. We now get a timeout here.
Defense. Defense. Defense.
Second down and 1, and tall task now with 59.3 seconds left in the clock stop as the Bayou Bucks have called timeout with a down 40-39. Just want to get their hands on a football.
That's it.
For the thrilling finish.
Exactly. They've got to swipe at that football and try to get a turnover. I guarantee you they're going to run Bernard these last couple plays here. He's the guy that's been making some big plays for him going down the stretch. And if I was a betting man, I would bet that he's going to get the football.
It'll be second and 1. Less than a yard, actually, at the 14-yard line. Here they come with Carlton Boone, who makes it across the 15 for the first down, and there's some penalty flags. Clock stops at 53.4 seconds left to play.
You know, regardless of the outcome of this game tonight, the one thing I know the fans are going to take away from them is that they've seen some exciting football tonight. They've seen a good bunch of scrappy guys, both offensively and defensively, and it was an enjoyment to watch. You know, first indoor game here was a real enjoyment for the fans.
6-yard penalty against or it's a 10-yard penalty against Bucks. For the personal foul. And so at 53.4 now, first and 10 right at the midfield stripe, which is the 25-yard line. Erickson taking a knee at the 22, and here's a penalty flag. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of flags tonight.
Bucks have 2 timeouts, make it 1 timeout remaining.
So your impression, Steve, of what you've seen tonight and your overall take on it?
Well, it's a whole lot of fun, and that's the whole point of it, that owners Neil Seward and Gordy Dove wanted to bring to Houma something that was good fun for the entire family, see some action, and it has been that indeed. Second and 7, is it, at the 22-yard line? Even though there was a penalty, it appears to be a second down as Erickson takes a knee, and the Bucks call a timeout with 38.4 seconds remaining. Very little they can do here. But I think the fans are pleased and got their money's worth, and they'll see an ever-improving football team as these players get used to the style of the National Indoor Football League.
Exactly. I reciprocate those remarks. I think the fans really enjoyed themselves. You say they saw an exciting brand of football. And you saw some real talent, some real nice athletes on the field tonight. So if the hats goes off again to Gardy and Neil and those guys for bringing the indoor football league here. And I think it's going to be a blessing for a lot of people that really enjoy sports in the Houma area.
It is second down now. That was a first down play before, so it's second and 10 at the 25. And the Knights can run this clock out. There are no timeouts remaining for the Bayou Bucks. Erickson takes the knee, and there's a crash. There's a penalty. That's all you're going to get when you do that, and that's Timothy Betts knows it.
Yeah, Timothy Betts knows.
And coach is going to say, Timothy, take a rest.
Yeah, Coach Phillips is not going to be pleased with that.
He may just have been ejected.
Yeah.
Not sure. But the PA announcer loves him.
Yeah. He's always excited, you know.
Football will now rest on the 16-yard line after that penalty, personal foul. And with 35 ticks remaining, Erickson can certainly take a knee. Clock running with 18 seconds. Down to 13, 12, 11. There's the snap. And he takes the knee, and that should do it. Clock winds down, and it is over. Coaches shake hands, and our first National Indoor Football League game in the Houma Terrebonne area has come to a close, and the final score is the Austin Knights 40, the Houma Bayou Bucks 39. Enjoyable night it was. We'll be back to wrap it up after this timeout. This is Bayou Bucks football on HTV 10. Well, it's a new experience for the Houma Terrebonne area as the Bayou Bucks play their first football game in the National Indoor Football League. They go down to defeat to the Austin Knights by a score of 40-39, but what a great football game it was. I see a lot of good talent for this football team, and now joining us is Coach Don Schwab for the post-game show. Coach, the Bucks had the big 17-point lead in the first half, but in the second half, Austin showed its experience. Brad Erickson tore up the secondary of the Bayou Bucks.
Yeah, I tell you what, they had a lot of breakdowns in the secondary. Troy, you saw that yourself, probably, that, you know, they just didn't come up with the big plays, but you got to give credit to the receivers from Austin Knights. They did a great job of concentrating, especially going over the middle, knowing very well they were going to get some contact, but they did a good job of catching the football, Troy.
Yeah, I was real impressed with McCormick. Did a fine job. This guy was able to find those soft spots in the zone, able to make a couple of catches in the zone, but also you saw those guys one-on-one. They were going up and just snatching the ball out the air. So, you know, they did a great effort tonight of bringing the football down.
And Herb Tyler certainly will get adapted to this game. He threw some nice strikes on the night. We look forward to seeing more from that LSU product.
And you can see the evidence of the loss of Nicky Savoie, Steve, early in the game really hurt him, especially in the fourth quarter, to control the football. They had nobody to go through over the middle of the field on, third and short, crucial situations. They're going to have to find another, bona fide receiver inside that can help them over the middle.
We wish the best for Nicky Savoie to return to action as the Bayou Bucks go to the Oklahoma Crude next week. The next home game, April 20th, against the Tupelo Fire Ants.
All right.
All righty, guys. Enjoyable working with you, and what an experience it has been, again, here in the Houma Terrebonne Civic Center. For Troy Johnson and Don Schwab, I'm Steve Calderera, bidding you a pleasant good evening. This has been Bayou Bucks football on HTV 10.
The NFL and college seasons are still 5 months away from kicking off, so it's only natural for football fans here in Louisiana to have some sort of withdrawals. But the cure is now in all places Houma with the Bayou Bucks, the newest indoor pro football team in this area. And we're happy to welcome a couple of Buck players and head coach Jack Phillips Jr. here, his quarterback Herb Tyler, the fourth down. I know the season's already started for you guys last night. It was a loss against the Austin team, but a sellout. So obviously something's going right in Houma.
Well, I think that the community has wrapped itself around the team, and they made the players a part of what they're trying to do there, and the players are accepted by the fans. And it was great to have a sellout on our first game, which we could have won the game, but we lost by 1. And we still had a good time playing the game. We had a lot of injuries, but overall, I think it was a success.
Herb, LSU fans didn't really need an introduction. Maybe you've put on a few more pounds since your college days for the Tigers, but quarterback for the Tigers from 95 to 98. Talk about getting back in football for yourself after a 2-year drop-off.
Well, actually, I played arena football last year in Baton Rouge with the Baton Rouge Blaze, and I love arena football. It's a real fast-paced game, and a very enthusiastic game, and very exciting. The fans love it a lot, you know, and you get a lot of points scored, you know, from both teams or whatnot. And it's all about how you defend the game also. So.
We talked about filling the void. How much does it fill the void for guys like yourself that aren't that far removed from playing college football, such as yourself?
Yeah, it does fill that void. I mean, it gets you a chance to stay in shape, to continue on living your dream and, you know, trying to get to where you want to be, and that's the NFL.
Arena football, Coach, is it a tough sell? Not just in Houma, but in general, because as we said before we went on tonight, that a lot of times owners come in thinking, well, this is football-hungry country. Football fans are going to come out and watch this sport, but it's a real marketing thing. You got to market these football teams.
Well, I think just like running a football team, you go in being complacent, then you're probably going to wind up getting knocked out. The deal is that you treat the fans like the true fans. Give them what they want. You know, give them information. You know, let them know what's going on with the team. Get them involved, and that's what we've done in Houma, and it looks like it's going to be a success.
All right. More with these guys in a moment. It's Bayou Bucks night here on 4th Down. When we return, Coach Phillips on the difficulties of following in the footsteps of his legendary father. And a bit later on, some Welcome back to 4th Down on 4. We've got a couple of members of the Bayou Bucks with us, Coach Jack Phillips Jr. and quarterback Herb Tyler. And Jack, you were hired back in January, and you've had a real hectic 2 months getting players together. I know that's the most important thing. How important was it to get this guy beside you?
Very important because Herb has indoor experience, which was it meant a great deal to us because we wanted to start the season off on the right note. And when you find a quarterback with Herb's potential, then usually a lot of guys from the area, locally especially, will rally around him. Everyone knows Herb Tyler, about Herb Tyler, so we got some pretty good athletes out the deal also besides Herb Tyler that will help him.
I was going to say, it goes back to also getting players that the fans around here are familiar with, especially when it's arena football, because people will come see people that they can relate to.
We've got 11 guys, maybe 10 guys from New Orleans area and Thibodeau. A lot of local guys from the Nickel State area, and that combination right there allowed us to have a lot of local fans to come in and enjoy the game.
We don't want to say you were picked up off the streets, but you were in Algiers working as an EKG technician. I know you're not doing that now, but that's the thing about arena football is that you have to keep that extra job to play football as well.
Exactly, yeah. I did EKGs last year. Actually, it was in Baton Rouge at Our Lady of the Lake Hospital. And I used to go to work from 6 o'clock in the morning and have to be at practice at 7. I used to get off at 6. And so we used to practice until about 10 or whatever. And I probably didn't see that much daylight during the daytime, just stuck in the hospital all day.
How does the transition from indoor football, or from outdoor football to indoor football, going from 90,000 fans to about 3,500 fans, how difficult is that, just playing the game and dealing with the surroundings?
Well, actually, being an athlete, you know, you don't really think about the fans or whatever. Not really, you know, you know they're there, but they're not really there because you're so focused and psyched on the game, and you're so, you know, ready to get the task at hand performed. You don't really worry about it, but, you know, going from 90,000 to 35,000, it seemed like 90,000 last night in the stands because it was pretty loud.
You said a few minutes ago about the goal for all these players to make the NFL. How realistic is that? A couple guys that have made it, Michael Lewis played in Baton Rouge, and of course Kurt Warner is the most popular guy to make it to the NFL. But is this a realistic goal for these players?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we have, matter of fact, I have a couple of guys, Nicky Salwar, who a lot of people may be familiar with, who's a Saint here in New Orleans, and there's a couple of receivers on my team, and there's a back and a quarterback. I mean, there's a couple of guys that can make it. The idea is that we want to teach these guys. This is what this is about. It's a developmental league, you know, and you get focused. The game is a little bit faster. There's boards instead of sidelines. So there's a great opportunity for everyone to sharpen their skills like Kurt Warner did. You know, so Michael Lewis did it. I played with Michael Lewis for 2 years in the indoor game, and Michael worked his butt off, and it got him to where he wanted to be. Now, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land among the stars. So just because you're in the indoor game doesn't mean that your dream is ended. It's just begun. You
play like every night. There's going to be somebody in the stands watching, like a scout, maybe from the Saints, maybe from the Redskins. Is that the approach to the game for you guys every night?
Exactly, yeah, because you never know who's in the stands. I mean, if there is a scout or something in the stands looking at this one person from this team here or whatever, he may get a glimpse of you or whatever. He doesn't necessarily have to be looking at you, but if you set off a spark in his eyes, show him something, and maybe something can happen.
It's your first head coaching job. O coordinator last year, head coaching job. But talk about your dad. He's been a long-time coach at Carver and doing very well there. You want to follow in his footsteps? Is that where you want to go? Maybe when he retires, you take over for him?
Oh, well, I'd love to help my dad. We talk about it all the time. As a matter of fact, I just talked to him before I got here, and he's excited about me, and I'm excited about him. He's been inching closer and closer every year for the last couple of years. I just want to see him be successful. He deserves it. He's been around for a while.
Got the schedule coming up here. You guys are on the road for the next couple of weeks. But we see the next home game is going to be April 20th against Tupelo. Then you got Mississippi on May 5th. May 11th, Winston-Salem Energy, Louisiana Rangers on the 25th. 14 games on the schedule, 7 of them at home. When you look at this team, what's the realistic goal? Is it to make the playoffs this year, Herb?
Definitely, definitely. You got to have that goal set. First of all, to have a successful season by making the playoffs, and then by adding another goal by winning in the playoffs and then going on to win a championship.
All right, guys. Jack Phillips Jr., appreciate you being with us. Herb, always a pleasure. Thanks, man. Appreciate Herb, Tyler, and Jack Phillips Jr. for being with us here on 4th Down. The Bayou Bucks on the road at Oklahoma this weekend. And, of course, we wish them the best of luck. Still to come here on
the touchdown, and he will. It's the first score of the Bayou Bucks franchise.
I'm not disappointed because they showed me the effort. They showed me the work that we've been doing. It paid off. So, I mean, for most of the guys, I saw a lot of positive things. It just crippled us in the end when we didn't have a lot of guys. Playing with 16 guys against 21, that was kind of tough, and that hurts when you're trying to play a full-quarter game.
We lost a couple of guys or whatnot, but that's not to blame. You know, we need to stay consistent, stay focused, and we need to just stay as one, as a unit, and just move through this thing and win the game. You know?
Well, I know we had a chance to win it because of the talent on our team. So that when people went down and we had to throw receivers on defense, that kind of hurt us.
It was fun. It was fast-speed game. You know, you look back, you don't turn your hips, you get caught in this turf, you're done. You know, in the 6, you could tell. I mean, I was supposed to be on the top when I moved back to safety, and Sullivan was by himself, and as you see, that turned out to 6 points.
You could go in the first quarter and you could score 20 points, and that's just like puck homes. When you come out the next quarter, you're down by 40. You know, this game is really fast, you know, and I think we're going to be well because we started off with 21. We ended up with 16 at the middle of the third quarter. So, you know, after we get everybody healthy, I think we're going to be pretty good. You know, we're going to keep getting better each day.
Regardless whether you like football or not, you want to come back. I mean, it's fast, it's action-packed. You hate to lose by 1. I mean, I'd rather lose by 20, but, I mean, all in all, hey, first game we sold out. And I'll tell you what, I knew Houma could do it. I knew this area could do it. I told the league that we could make it happen, and we made it happen, and we showed them tonight.
I'm glad we had a lot of fans out to support us, and I hope they keep coming out and give us the support.
The crowd was wonderful, man. It's back at Death Valley again, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep it cranking every week, week in and week out. That's it.
Civic Center, Barker Field here at